Hello there, it's Mr. Maximo here, Vinny Sandhu for the European Cricket Network with another match preview for a European Cricket Series match. And it's our final game of Powerplay Monday, match 4 in the European Cricket Series, Rome between Kingsgrove, Milan and Padova. And this is the last game, like I said, of Monday the 2nd of November, and it will begin at 2:15 p.m. GMT, which is 3:15 Central European time, and it's 7:45 p.m. in India. Now, if you are in India or the subcontinent, you can catch it on the Fan Code platform. But if you are not in the subcontinent, you can catch it exclusively on SportsFlick, which is where you can catch all the European Cricket Series action from Monday the 2nd of November onwards. And you can sign up with promo code CRICKET for 50% off your first month. Just go to sportsflickglobal.com. You can also go to the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, just search for SportsFlick. And we're really excited about our partnership with SportsFlick because with their support, we're going to get over 1,000 games of T10 cricket to you over the next 12 months. So get around SportsFlick. It's great that they're showing the European Cricket Series. And just another reminder, if you don't already, why don't you follow us on social media? Because as I always say, there is so much happening in the world of European cricket. We have a 7-day series coming up in Rome, so we get to learn about heaps more teams and players who are participating in European cricket. So don't forget to follow us at European Cricket, or you can follow me at Mr. Maximo. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And our YouTube channel will have all the highlights, of course, of the games. And there are plenty of highlights in T10 cricket. And thanks again for all the messages that people send me at Mr. Maximo every day. It's great to have your support and to have so many people getting around European cricket. Finally, our website, europeancricket.com. It's a great place to go. Every video that I do, every match preview has an article which will complement the video. So to check that one out, just go to europeancricket.com, and there's plenty other information and with statistics and the latest standings, heaps of information if you are following the European Cricket Series. Well, let's have a look at what's coming your way from Rome. Of course, this is the final day of Monday. And we have 4 games every day, of course, throughout the week. The first game will begin at 1:45 p.m. Indian Standard Time. It's a double round-robin format, so each team will play 6 preliminary matches. They'll play the other 3 teams in their group twice. We have Group A taking part Monday to Wednesday, and then Group B on Thursday to Saturday. And then we'll have a Super Sunday of finals action there in Rome, Italy. And ultimately, we'll find out who will raise the trophy for the European Cricket Series Rome. Well, let's get to this match preview then. Match 4, the final match of Monday. And we do have some likely lineups for you. Kingsgrove Milan, well, they're heavy favourites, and they'll be led by their captain Joy Pereira with Sadith Varadaraja to be their wicketkeeper. While for Padova, Nuwan Samira, the all-rounder will lead them, and Nisanga Kuda will be behind the stumps for Padova. And for all my Powerplay Monday games, I have been joined by Michael McCann, who will be commentating this week in Italy. And Michael, these 2 teams, tell us a little bit more about them and the background coming into this series.
Well, there's no doubt that, of course, it should be said that if one is playing these teams and using our 11s for fantasy predictions or ideas as to who you should play, that they actually play each other twice. So this isn't just match 4 of the tournament. It will be repeated, as all these games will be in the double round robin 6-team pool phase format. So just like we did with videos 1, 2, 3 and 4 for the first 3 matches that are all up and available now, you can effectively reuse our information for those games as well if you'll find it useful. As for this particular match, well, Kingsgrove Milan are the favourites overwhelmingly to win Pool A, one of the favourites alongside Bergamo United to take this European Cricket Series Rome as a whole. Meanwhile, Padova come into this as the 4th seeds in Group A. No doubt about that. They've had a very patchy, at best, record in white ball cricket this season, and they're missing 2 key players out due to injury who were crucial for them throughout 2019 and much of 2020. Looking at Padova, they finished 3rd in a 4-team group in the Coppa Italia and 4th in a 5-team group in the T20 Championship. And both of those groups didn't really feature many of the big guns of Italian cricket who are normally considered the stronger sides. And yet they still came up well short. They're up against a Kingsgrove Milan side, who are one of the leading clubs in northern Italy. They've got Joy Pereira, the Italian captain. We'll come on to more of their star-studded squad in a bit. They finished second in both of their groups in the T20 white ball competitions this season, and because of the brutality of the Italian cricket qualification system, if you finish second, that's not enough. You only qualify if you finish top. They finished second on net run rate in their group in the T20 championships, behind ECS Rome winner Gina Brescia, who are one of the top teams in Italian cricket. And in the Coppa Italia, they finished second again behind Jandra Brescia, who we saw at the 2019 European Cricket League. So they're a side that are growing in stature. They're a side that are always competing there with the top teams. It's only 3 years since they won the Serie A 50 over competition and the 20 over Coppa Italia competition in a white ball double. And they have lost a couple of players since then, but they've still got a very strong core. And for this tournament at the ECS in Rome are definitely one of the ones to watch. It would be a big shock if Padova were to beat Kingsgrove Milan in either of their head-to-heads.
Yeah, well, you kind of said it there, but of course, this is the European Cricket Series and anything can happen. We've seen anything happen, especially over the last week in the ECS. Geez, we've had some drama. Let's get to my 11 to watch, and hopefully you find this information useful, particularly if you're participating in some fantasy cricket. And for Kingsgrove Milan, I've super highlighted their captain, the national captain, Joy Pereira. He's a big hitting opening batsman. I've also got Sami Ullah and Ahmad Amjad in there. I've got the all-rounder, ECL 19 superstar Zahid Chima. Now, he, of course, played for Kingsgrove Milan until 2018 before joining Jandra Brescia in 2019 when the team made the ECL. But he's back at Kingsgrove in 2020. I think it'll be a very dangerous weapon with the ball. Finally, I've got fast bowler Gohan Nisa as well as Nimna Pathawadura, who is a fast bowler who can bat in the middle order. For Padova, I have super highlighted their superstar all-rounder Nuwan Samira, who may open the batting and the bowling. I've also got Demith Kusala, the keeper. I've got Rishan Kavinda, who is a chance to open the batting. And they tell me he's got very strong arms and can whack the ball a long way. Might be very useful in the power play. I also have another all-rounder, Akash Handun. And finally, the experienced leg spinner, Radhika Suren, who is a pretty wily bowler, which we touched on in one of our earlier match previews on Power Play Monday. What do you think of my 11 to watch in this game, Michael?
I agree with most of it. Again, it's a theme that I've mentioned before in these videos. The one thing I don't agree with is your split. Given what heavy favourites Kingsgrove Milan are for this match, I would be looking at a 7-4 split. I know that on most fantasy games where it's based on two teams in the same matchup, you can't have more than 7 players from the same team, sorry. If I had the opportunity, I'd actually probably go for an 8-3. But that doesn't tend to be available in most fantasy games because of the format. But yes, Chima obviously stands out. A good bowler who likes to bowl full and straight, takes a lot of wickets at the death, and will bat high as well. Big miss for Kingsgrove Milan, the regular captain Torindo Fernando, who's a gun all-rounder. He would have been a dead cert pick on this, but isn't available. And from Padova, you can't really look past Nuwan Samira. When someone opens the batting and opens the bowling, he really does get value for his match fee. Which we forget. We talk about these guys rightly like they are, professional cricketers, and give these competitions the seriousness that they deserve. But they still have to pay their match fees at the end of the day. This is high level amateur cricket, but everyone's still got to pay their subs, and he definitely gets value for that. He'll open the batting. He'll bowl 2 overs at the top, both in the power play, which people think of that as a thankless task, and you can go for runs. But when you're as good a bowler as Samira is, you're that fast and accurate and swing the ball with the new cherry, but in this format, it's not really a cherry, is it?
It's like a big mint.
Yes, the new mint. I like that, actually. Sort of thinking of the new ball as a big old Murray mint. Other mint brands are available, but if Murray Mints are listening and they'd like to sponsor us, I'm sure we'd probably take them up. We'd probably take them up on that. But yeah, so Nuwan Samira offers a lot there, but he's having to drag a very young team up by their bootstraps with some of their more experienced players missing. Akash Handun is one I'm really looking forward to seeing. He's got a very strange bowling action.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say for now. I'm not going to give it away because I'd like to see people watch Padova, because it's these kind of cricketers getting exposure on TV, streamed online to the world, into your telly screen, wherever you are across the globe, that I think it's all about. So so tune in to have a look at him.
Yeah, and he's only 18 years old, Akash Handon, as well. So a very promising prospect.
Yeah, he is. And the other one that I always like to go for with fancy predictions is players that are listed as a bowler and they bat high, or are listed as a batsman but they bowl. They offer you something, another opportunity to score points and sort of not game the system, but I think people get what I mean when I say that. You've got Radhika Suran for Padova, who's a really good leg spinner. He takes a lot of wickets, he gets a lot of tap. So things tend to happen when he's on, but he can run through a team on his day, and he does tend to bat in the middle order. He's a bit of a floater anywhere between 4 and 7, so he will get decent opportunities to bat across this tournament. And in a game where they're against a strong Kingsgrove Milan bowling lineup anyway, so when Padova bat, you'd be reasonably expecting wickets to fall. There's a decent chance that he will get a decent opportunity to go and score some runs, and he can hit big, and he can score at a decent strike rate.
Yeah. Look, I've got some other players which I considered as well, and I might as well mention them. If you've been watching all our Power Play videos, of course, you can see match 1, 2, 3 as well on this YouTube channel, as well as the Fancode platform. Now, Hanane Azari is one who is listed as a batsman, but I know he's pretty good fast bowler, so he's one you might want to consider. The Summer Wikramas, Dinuk is a very stylish batsman, and Dinesh will bowl some spin. For Padova, we've got Ramesh Silva, who I haven't mentioned, who's a left-arm medium pacer, and he's one of the most experienced bowlers in the Padova squad. And of course, you do have to keep your cool if you are bowling in the European Cricket Series. So that's the 11 to watch for today, and it's time to move on to prediction time. And this game, Kingsgrove Milan, like you said, they will be heavy favourites against Padova, especially with Padova missing 3 of their key players for this series. And so no surprises, I'm going for Kingsgrove Milan to be the winners of this contest. And I put Joy Pereira once again to be the star player. What do you think, Michael? I'm guessing you agree with me. You think Kingsgrove Milan to win match 4?
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that, Vin. So Kingsgrove Milan, deservedly the favourites for this game. They're one of the 2 favourites for the tournament alongside Bergamo United. If they were to lose to Padova in either of these games, it would be a huge upset. When you've got a guy who's the current national team captain, you can't really go wrong with him. And if Joy Pereira gets in, it could well be carnage. I would actually highlight this kind of game with a batsman of that level of quality who can score that quickly. We've seen him score regularly at strike rates of 2.5 a ball in T20 cricket. If he gets in, I think there's an outside chance he could score a ton. We know that doesn't happen often in T10 cricket, but against an attack that are one of the weaker attacks in the competition, it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw the highest score in the European Cricket Series match only last week. I think it was 198 was scored, pipping the old record by 1 run. So I wonder if they'll get within reach of the magic 200. Well, thanks again, Michael, for your input on the show today. And certainly you'll be calling this match the final match of Monday.
No problem. Always my pleasure, Vin.
Well, thanks again for joining us, guys, on the match preview show. And just a final reminder to catch this game. If you are not in the subcontinent, you just have to sign up to sportsflickglobal.com and you can get 50% off with the promo code CRICKET. And thanks very much for everybody's input in helping put this show together. And it's been a great Power Play Monday. I'll be seeing you on Thursday or just before Thursday's matches for another Power Play Thursday, where we'll be introducing the 4 new teams in Group B. But for now, this is Mr. Maximo, Vinny Sandhu for the European Cricket Network saying enjoy the game. We'll see you next time on ECN.